Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ayan, full-time engineer, part-time traveler, traveling and showcasing the world with my FPV drones. It's almost 1 p.m. here and I have a flight to catch in 8 hours. And I'm traveling as always with my drones, DJI drones and FPV drones, everything with me is going to this trip. And this is like one of the most asked question from people in my community, that how you can take drones safely and hassle-free in your flight. And in this video, I will try to answer every questions regarding traveling with your drones on a flight, whether it's about batteries, whether it's about drones, propellers, tools, spare parts, everything that you need to take care of while planning a trip, from packing to going through security check. And you make sure to stick to the very end, because I'm gonna share some tips that will make your trip hassle-free and as smooth as possible. Alright, so first thing first, I want to clarify that every tips that I'm gonna be sharing in this video is valid for all sort of drones, whether it's an off-the-shelf drone like this DJI Mavic Mini, or whether it's a DIY drone like this FPV 5-inch freestyle slash racing drone that I built. You can take all these drones to the airlines without any problem. Of course, as long as you are following the safety procedures and everything that's being put forward by the local authorities and the airlines that you are traveling with. So the first thing first, you need to make sure that the country you are taking drones to have drone laws that allow them to fly. For example, I'm taking it to a country where they have some flexible laws. As long as I stay in certain limits, for example, this 250-gram weight drone, I can fly it there. So there is no purpose taking your drone to a country where you can't fly it. For example, if I'm traveling to China, I won't be taking these drones, because the drone laws there are pretty strict and they don't really allow drones to fly. So just make sure you are checking the local laws wherever you are traveling, and that's the first step. Moving on, you need to check the rules of airlines you're traveling with. So basically, every airlines has a certain number of batteries that you can carry with you, and the ratings that they generally provide, it's in ampere hour. So you need to make sure that the number of batteries that you are carrying and the capacity of these batteries combined should be less than what it's allowed by the airline. You cannot take more batteries, and batteries with the higher capacities that airlines do not allow. So what you can do is go to the airline website, and usually they have mentioned some laws regarding lithium-ion batteries that you can carry in cabin, and you need to make sure that the quantity and the capacity of these batteries combined should be less than that. If you just want to be on a safer side, just print out that regulation that they have mentioned on the website, and during security check, if anyone stops you, you can show them that, hey, my airline allows this many number of batteries and I am very much under the capacity. So that becomes a little easier. So make sure whichever airline you are traveling with, you check their laws regarding what type of batteries they are allowing, how much capacity and how much quantity, and if you are within that limit, you can safely take it with you. Now, moving on to the logistic, the first thing that I want you to do is divide everything with batteries into one section and everything without batteries into other section. That includes all your batteries and all the equipments from which you cannot remove the batteries. For example, the remote controller of this DJI drones comes with an inbuilt battery. I cannot remove that battery, so I need to club that it with the battery section, and all the spare parts, example propellers, pliers, extra wires, extra propellers, that need to go into a separate section. So divide everything with batteries and batteries in a separate section, and everything without batteries, including your spare parts, including your tools, into a separate section. And that is because you want to take your battery in cabin with you. So this is the cabin bag that you take with you. Generally 7 kgs, 5 kgs is allowed by each airline, and this is where all the batteries and the battery related stuff goes, and all the other things that are not having any sort of batteries, like the drone itself, the transmitter, the goggles, propellers, extra tools, spare part, that goes into check-in baggage. So you need to check this baggage to airline. Depending on how much allowance is there, you can put everything in there, and this will go with the airlines. And this has everything which has having batteries, and this will go with you. And the only reason is to make sure that if anything goes wrong with the batteries, because these are lithium ion, lithium polymer batteries, and they're really scary. If you are handling them correctly, there is nothing to scare about, but things can go wrong. And the philosophy of airlines, if things is going wrong, it should go wrong in front of your eyes, so you can tackle it. So if any chance this battery catches fire, the staff inside the cabin is trained to put that fire away. That's why they want you to take all the batteries with you in the cabin bag, this one and not this one. So just segregate your devices. Everything that has batteries, including the batteries, goes into the cabin bag. always be with you, and everything else, spare parts, drones, that goes in the check-in bag that you give to the airline during the check-in process. Now, I quickly want to mention that the rules are changing almost on daily basis, and depending on from where you are flying, the mood of the security personnel, the airline you are flying, you can actually take everything with you in the cabin bag. For example, I have traveled with this DJI drones with the remote controller, everything with me in the cabin bag, and I hadn't had any problem for a very long time. But this drone looks off the shelf. It looks very professional. Even the battery pack looks very professional. This is like a power bank, and you can actually charge your phone with it. So also the security staff understand that these drones are camera equipments, and a lot more people are traveling it with them on daily basis. So you can take all this stuff with you in the cabin. But when it comes to FPV drones, I had to explain a lot of time that this is like the same thing, but the batteries can be scary. You see there are dangling wires, and it really doesn't look good in x-rays. So my recommendation is, if you're traveling with the DJI sort of drones, you can take everything with cabin, and depending on your airport, your local security personnel, even the mood of the person, sometimes they will allow you. But to be on safer side, my drone, my transmitter, my goggles, and everything without battery, including the spare parts and tools, I put it in the bigger baggage that goes into the luggage, and everything that has batteries, including the batteries, goes with me. So this has always worked for me. But you can try and you can see if they allow you to take everything with you, because lately I have seen a lot of people who take everything with them in the cabin, and they aren't having any issues, because lot many people are buying drones, and this is now becoming the new normal. Now, there are certain tips that I wanted to share that will make your journey very much hassle-free and very much smooth. So first of all, while you are packing the drone, make sure you remove all the propellers. It will be easier for you to pack, and even when going through the X-ray, it looks like a simple sort of a toy, and that makes it much easier. So whenever I'm packing my drone, I remove the propellers and I actually pack it to one of the cases. So you can buy this case, it's like a hard shell case, or you can actually pack it to any old wooden cardboard case that I'll show you in a bit. So yeah, remove the propellers and put it in a box, and whenever you are packing it inside your luggage bag, you can use your clothes as cushioning. So make sure whenever you are putting your drone, you are cushioning them well, because you know how they handle bags at the airport, and you don't want your drone to be destroyed by the time you reach to the venue and you're not able to fly it. The other thing that you should do, and I would say you must do this, is whenever you are checking in your bag, just mention them that you have a drone in them, and if you want, you can mark them as fragile. So what it essentially does is they will take a little extra care of your bag and make sure your drone is safe when you reach to the destination. The second tip that I wanted to share, and this is a big one and you must do it. So whenever you are taking these batteries, first of all, make sure that there are no cracks on the batteries, there are no crooked batteries. So for example, this battery is really working good for me, but there is a little, I would say, crookedness over here from the crash that I had with my drone. So even though this battery is working really good, it's not worth it to take it in there. I don't want to put my life and life of my fellow passengers in danger for any sort of reason. So even though this battery is working really, really great for me, I'm not gonna take it, because I want to take perfect batteries like these. So this is like the perfect battery. It's working great. The voltage is good. So that's the first thing that you need to make sure. Second thing is, you need to carry all the batteries at storage potential. So for the lithium polymer batteries, you need to make sure that all batteries are at 3.85 volt per cell. So if it's a 6 volt battery, I need all the 6 cell to be at around 3.85 volt. That's the storing potential of a lithium polymer battery. This makes battery much more safe to travel with. And the last thing I want to do is I want to tape the terminals of this batteries using an electrical tape. So what I essentially do, I will take an electrical tape and I will wrap it to the balance connector and also to the XT60 connector. If you have some 3D printed covers, you can use that, but tape always worked for me. And make sure these all are taped, because when you are keeping batteries together, there are chances that they might come in contact and causes some spark that you do not want at any cost inside the airplane. So make sure you tape the batteries. And the last thing that is not really essential, but it will really, really make your life smooth, is to buy one of these. So this is like an anti-fire sort of a lithium battery pouch, and this is by Team Blackship. So you can place your batteries after taping the terminals in this pouch, and this will make you much more safe and much more secured. And this one is actually really, really good, because it is also having this article from FAA. FAA is basically the aviation agency in US. So it says that it is approved for carry-on luggage, complies with section 2.3.5.9 IATA dangerous goods regulation. All batteries less than 100 watt hour carry no quantity restriction. So this is mentioned in this pouch, and I know it's FAA, it won't be applying to anywhere in the Europe or anywhere in India, but it still gives a guarantee that this pouch is designed to be safe and secured, and it can carry batteries in the cabin. So whenever I'm flying, what I do, I tape my battery, I make sure all the batteries are on storage potential, and I use this to carry my battery, and this really provides me the guarantee that I'm looking for when I'm carrying with the batteries. So this is like the best tip that I can give you. So buy this pouch, these are not very expensive, and this will make your journey very much safe and secure. So I already mentioned that whenever you are at the check-in counter and you are giving away your luggage, just mention to the person on the check-in counter that you are carrying drone with you, and if you want, you can mark the luggage as fragile. One other thing that I really do is I keep an air tag in my bag, and this really helps me to make sure that my bag is traveling with me. So just drop an air tag in the bag, and you can track it if your bag is traveling with you or if it's left behind for any reason, which I hope not. And the final tip is for the people who are traveling with expensive drones, especially from DJI drones, the Mavic Professionals and the Mavic Air series. So whenever you are traveling outside the country for an international trip, make sure you declare your drones under the customs. So for example, if I'm leaving India from Mumbai airport, I will first go to Mumbai airport, I will file a custom form, and I will declare that this is the drone that I'm traveling with. And the reason you need to do that is because you are traveling with an expensive drone, and whenever you are coming back to the India, what they can do is they can essentially think that you have brought this drone to the country that you have traveled to, and you need to pay custom duties on it, but that's not the case. So if you are traveling with the drone, make sure you declare the custom beforehand, and whenever you are returning back, it will make your travel hassle free, and you do not have to pay any custom duties, because it's really hard to explain to custom officers sometimes that this is a drone that you took with you yourself and you are not bought it outside. So it's just an additional step. So just reach airport a couple of hours earlier and do this, and it will really save you a lot of time when you are traveling back and when you are tired from the trip. Alright, so these were all the tips and tricks that I have learned over many years of traveling with the drones on plane. So let me know if I missed anything or any of your favorite hack in the comments below. I'm gonna sharing my drone videos with this trip on this channel very soon, so if you have not already subscribed, please do so and share it with your friends. On this note, wishing everyone a great winter season. I'm gonna wrap this video and I'll see you again soon.
So this is how it looks during the security check. All the batteries goes in same, and the rest of the things are getting the batteries cleared.